5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a here I go to the next episode. Ain't no damn this explosive Beast Coast. The mother ride or die for my strictly for my survival of the fittest. That's the sound of the police. I'm in deep cover earth. Skirt, lean back. Give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf. God can't tell me nothing. Right this on my death certificate. I gave you power. 21 questions like who? The warning. Watch them flashing like paparazzi. Two words. Get money. Tonight's the night. Guess who's back on my block? Rather unique. Bucktown.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Giants. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And his first pass is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Yes.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another first and 10 here. On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Dalton, first and 10. And this will be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He finds Beckham complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. They get just... Two out of it there, and it's second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Dalton here from the gun. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. Out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2nd and goal from the 1. They come up in an offset eye. Throwing, Dalton, and he's got his man. Beckham, touchdown, Giants. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead grows to 10-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. So out now come the Cardinals. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They go play action. It's Rosen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Dalton. It's caught. Shepard. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
It's Barkley on the counter. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. A handoff to Barkley. They'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. And Ingram holds it in. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Dalvin Tomlinson forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's Rosen. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now on defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. The pitch goes to Barkley, and they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shepard. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
third down. A shot here for Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Lucky 56.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Gone.
On 2nd down, Rosen. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Leopard.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Now Rosen on 1st down. This is taken in by Chad Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. He's going to fire one deep over the... And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cardinals. Ricky Seals-Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. And he's got it up and through. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Hey. 4 down. Over here. Yes.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
5-0. There you go, 368.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he's going to go down again. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. From the gun, Dalton. Over the middle to Beckham. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Operating from the gun, Dalton. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the 1st half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Gun! Watch him now, Barney! Gun!
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. Right side caught by Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this 1st half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Gun! Watch him now, Barney!
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
And they'll throw it with Rosen. Open man is Kirk, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10.
Leopard! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
No, check, Patriot!
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Josh Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On second down, here's Rosen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Gerald McCoy. Coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12.
Detroit!
On third down, Johnson. And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still fourth down upcoming.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? It's Dalton to Barkley on the check down. Oh, and now some space to operate. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They go play action here on first down. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Here's a give to Barkley. And an alley to runs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey, get ready for something coming left.
Dalton here from the gun. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Giants on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
368!
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Second down, Dalton. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Robert Kimdichie with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So a big one coming now for Aldrick Rosas. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Rosen on 1st and 10. Finding some room at midfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a handoff. Johnson. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Rosen will throw. Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Gone! Detroit!
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Detroit!
On 2nd down, Johnson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And his kick here is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Andy Dalton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
5-0, 5-0.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Side. 4 down, check. Side.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give them a 1st down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Back to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Andy Dalton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Miller. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Get ready for 57 over there.
Back to throw. Coleman has it here right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. So now Dalton. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. This one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Here's Rosen. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Boy, Charles, what a critical call and a tie game late.
You want to have the tight coverage. You don't want to cause the penalty. Pass interference in this case. Remember, it's a yardage foul in the NFL, a spot foul where it occurs.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Rosen to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And here in overtime, If the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. After the interception, here's Rosen dumping it off for Johnson. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No, check. Patriot.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They pitch it out to Johnson. Room to run past midfield. And down to the 28-yard line. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. They run with Logan. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Arizona, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.